Okay, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. Now, I'm a little bit behind on my review, so I'm going to give y'all a Saturday treat. It's going to be a binge watch because I got 3 reviews to do. I'm going to do all 3 of them, and all shows had something that was very important, very lit, very popping that I want to talk about that's going to be fun. We're going to start off this nice little binge watching situation with the Growing Up Hip Hop Season 5, Episode 14. Check yourself before you treach yourself. Now, listen to me deeply. This engagement party or supposed coming out party, I thought it was also a gender reveal party because what we saw was a hot mess express. Okay, let me tell you what happened. So we get to the point where y'all know that Sam was singing that horrible ass song last week's episode. I'm not straight, but I'm not gay. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you then? Are you trying to let us know that you're bisexual? What do you identify as? Or what is it that you're trying to let us know? Because all we're seeing here is we came here to celebrate you marrying Egypt, who's a female. So what are you trying to tell us? Then you got Peppa and Treach there watching what's going on. You got Brianna looking, shaking her head because she knows this is a hot mess. She knows Sam just wants some kind of fame, wants some kind of attention. And as he's explaining himself even more in their microphone, I'm listening to him tell us that Egypt has known this whole time that he has had a transsexual experience in the past, that she has known from the beginning that this is something that he has done in his past. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out why the hell do you feel this particular moment is when you need to let us know at your damn coming out party, engagement party, that this is something that you did. You've had ample opportunity to let everybody know because you've had several conversations with them in the past. This is not the first time you've interacted with half the people that are in this room. So if you really wanted them to know, or if you thought it was a big deal, you would have told them then. In this case, if you really wanted to just put it out there, you could have done what everybody else does. Go to Twitter, get your fingers ready, and post it a little bit subliminal message real quick and get it out the way. You chose to do it at your supposed engagement party because it was another way to make it about yourself. You are a narcissistic human being. Now, I don't normally review this show because I think, okay, there's some episodes that have some fun stuff I want to talk about, and there are others that I'll just pass, plus it don't fit around my schedule. But this particular episode fit definitely around my schedule because this was a hot mess. Egypt's looking just stupid. I feel like the girl has low self-esteem. And she's not as intelligent because I'm looking at her mama. And Peppa, and to sit up there, and she's not as smart either. Because as Sam is talking on the microphone, he's like, something about them not accepting him. Peppa is like, Treach is in the corner talking about, if they got a problem with you, they got a problem with me. And he hits a glass on a wall and breaks it. What was the purpose of that? Are you going to pay for it? What was the purpose of doing that? That was just you being dramatic for no reason. And then Peppa's dumbass is in the corner. Yes! Shut your little ass up. I don't know if she's on something. She looks like she's skinny as I don't know what she's on, but the way that she presents herself and the things that she says sometimes and the facial expression that she does makes me think that she is not there mentally and she's not all there with everything else she's doing. Is she on? What is she? Was she drunk when this was happening? Because she was screaming like this was something good. I'm looking at her like, do you understand what just happened? Do you two get what just happened? On your daughter's engagement party day, her fiance takes the opportunity to announce something that has nothing to do with both of them, that only specifically has to do with him. Why choose this particular moment to let us know that you are, you fluid? I guess you've flown several ways in your past. This is not something that we can discuss. It's your past. You're getting married to her in the present. Anything that you did in your past sexually does not matter because you've now supposedly settled down to one person. Don't nobody give a damn about what you did in the past. When I meet somebody and I'm marrying them, I don't even want to know what you did in the past because in my mind, you came to me untouched. That is the illusion I'm going to tell myself because I don't want to know. I don't care. I'm taking you as you are now. So far as you don't have any diseases that you're bringing me, don't tell me nothing. All I need to know is whether you're a virgin or not. If you're not, okay, I already assumed that you did some stuff in the past. You don't need to tell me all these extra stuff. For what? And you damn sure don't need to do it in my engagement party when it's supposed to be about us, not about you. So this mess keeps going. I'm thinking, oh, it's going to stop here. It doesn't. Sam gets off the stage, and of course now the crew are talking about it. You got Lil Twist there talking about in his confessional. Now, I thought I was coming to an engagement party, but here I am sitting up here at this damn Empire-ish type show. What, Jesse? And I was just like, Lil Twist is a whole mood. Every time he opens his mouth and speaks, even though he has his way of expressing himself, everything he says makes sense. So I'm sitting up here and he's like, this is true. If this was supposed to be an engagement party, I'm here for an engagement party. I'm not here for you to let me know what's going on in your head with your personal life or what you did in the past. This is not supposed to be a soap opera or a telenovela. What the hell are we sitting up here doing? Because now we've taken the attention out of what it was supposed to be and putting on something else. So Lil Twist keeps going. They're all talking to Brianna. Eric and all of them are talking to her, trying to figure out the intricacies of what happened with this whole transsexual reveal experience thing. And Brianna's looking dumb as hell because she don't even know how to explain it herself. She's like, oh no, the first time it happened, he was drunk. Then they're like, okay, well, what you mean? This happened more than once? And Lil Twist is like, well, is he still into that right now? Because everybody's asking, if this man is into transsexuals, you are not a transsexual or transgender. I won't say transsexual, transgender. That's the right term. You are not a transgender. Excuse me, you are not a transgender. So if that's what he's into, you don't fit the mold. Because the way, as the explanation keeps going, she goes, well, no. It was something he did when he was drunk and he was in Vegas and it just happened. And, he just kind of needed to finish anyway because he was already in it. That was the first time. So the second time he wasn't drunk is something that he genuinely wanted to do. And then they got Sam coming up. And they're asking him, explain yourself, my brother. Like, explain yourself. I don't think anything different of you. I think something different of him. And it's not because of his gender identity or his sexual identity, whatever the hell this is that he was doing, because I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're transgender, you're transgender. If you're bisexual, you're bisexual. If you're gay, you're gay. If you're straight, you're straight. But for this particular whole scene, in the setting that he chose to do it, I don't understand his motive. What is you trying to do? You're sitting up here and now it's taking attention off of Egypt don't even exist no more. And they're asking people, hey, they're asking Sam, yo, what are you trying to say to us? We don't, we still love you no matter what, but what you trying to say? Of course, Sam opens his mouth and everything that comes out is dust and buffoonery. Because what he says was, yeah, I was drunk the first time. And then when I realized what happened, I saw balls. But I was already like halfway in, so I figured, I'm just going to keep going. So they're like, okay, so you saw balls and you saw a sausage there. You kept going. Were you drunk, sober? Which was it? And he was like, he made this thing that was just sounded dumb to me. And Brianna kind of co-sided when he said something like, no, I'm the one who, I'm not the one who, I'm always the top, essentially. I'm not the bottom. Nobody's fucking me and my booty. It's me doing the other person. What is the difference at this point? It makes no difference whether you're doing him or the transgender woman, or they're doing you. It doesn't make any sense. The way that it's sounding is like you're trying to justify your experience because either you were not comfortable with it, or you just trying to make people not. I don't know even what the point is, but when somebody tries to justify something or explain something in great detail and then pick apart what they want to accept and what they don't, it tells me that either they were uncomfortable with the situation or taking on that label, or they felt like they were doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing, or maybe Brianna's uncomfortable with it and he's trying to make it sound what in his mind is supposed to be better. Because if any person comes up to me and says, listen, if you're gay, straight, or a woman tells me, I'm lesbian, so I'm straight, but sometimes I like having, a lesbian experiences. And then the person says, oh no, but she doesn't do me, I do her. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Just like if a gay man comes and says, I'm straight, or sometimes I like being with other men. And then he says, no, but I'm doing him, he's not doing me. It doesn't matter whether he's doing you or you're doing him. The fact is, it's you two. If you're going to go do that, or you feel like that's where you're at, you shouldn't try to, pick it apart and say, oh, well, no, it's better because it's this way, or is this. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. And the only reason he felt the need to even go that way is because probably Brianna may be looking at him some type of way, wondering if she's enough. Because if that's what he's attracted to, there are transgender people out there that choose to still retain their parts, but they identify as female. And if that's what he wants, she doesn't have the part that's missing. And he himself says that it happened multiple times. That's what we're getting out of it. But why are you announcing it now? I don't understand the point of it. But they keep going with this mess. You got now Brianna and Troy in the corner. Brianna, of course, is disgusted like I would be. She's obviously looking at the scene for what it is. She's looking at Peppa and Treach as if they're fools, because they are. And she's now wanting to explain what she knows, find out more about Sam from talking to the other girl in the last episode, basically saying that Sam does this thing where he's an opportunist. Every single thing, he likes to call himself the Joker and call her his Harley Quinn or whatever the case is. It's normal for him to have this type of dynamic because Sam thinks highly of himself. I don't know if he's trying to mold himself into Keith Ledger or whatever the case is, or mold himself into some unique person, and he doesn't even know who he is himself. I don't think he knows who he is. I really don't. I think that he's just trying to figure out whatever is going to get him far is what he's going to take. what he's going to take on. I low-key feel like he may have told people that he had a transgender experience because, let's be honest, that's what's hot right now. If people, I don't want to say it was hot, but there's a lot of push in Hollywood right now, pushing a certain agenda with regards to people's sexuality or gender identity or whatever. It's a push now, either for people to either accept it or for it to be like a mainstream thing. I don't know if that's the appropriate way to explain it. However, there's a push going on. And anybody who's paying attention will notice that that's what's happening. Maybe Sam is saying this because he thinks maybe this will help him get farther in life, because in Hollywood we know if you put yourself out there as, you know, either bisexual or gay or something different than what the norm was, which the norm was people being majority heterosexual, being the one that was out there, it's now a thing for you to be. So I don't know if he's saying it now while he's on TV because he feels like now that he's doing his music career, now it's something else to put him out there, maybe push him. Maybe somebody's gonna call him now that he's growing up in hip hop and put him as the face of something else. Like, why? I'm looking at this ploy and it's making sense. Brianna to me is the only person who's making sense. And in this particular series, this episode, because Brianna now is watching, is wanting to talk to Egypt. Egypt comes sit down, and the first thing she does is try to adjust Troy. Of course, Sam was the one who went and brought it to Peppa that Troy was stealing from them and stuff like that. So Brianna wants to address him and says, you know, why were you accused of this? You know, the case, why is this happening? All that stuff. And Troy is letting them know, yo, I didn't do nothing to your mama. I haven't done anything to her. And where you got the information from is not somebody that he feels is legit, because Sam is sitting up there and he now decides to get up and sit on the table. Now, if it was me and we're having a conversation and you move and you switch from one location to another that puts you at a higher level, like you get up on a stool and now you're looking down at me, I'm gonna take that as a threat. I'm gonna look at you like, what are you trying to do? You trying to swing? Because if all your demons, according to Brianna, is about to attack me, you don't want me to release mine, because we're not about to sit here and I'm trying to have a conversation with your engaged, your betrothed, who you just ignored this entire party and made it about yourself. I need to talk to her about what I found out about your crazy behind. And of course, Sam, as they're talking, say something that causes Brianna to change the subject, like, you know, next topic, we'll come back to that later. And of course, Brianna's like, what are you doing? What does that mean? Are we going to talk about something else? Because Brianna's like, we're not going to focus on this. We're going to talk about what the real issue is. And Sam is leading Egypt in how she was going to handle the particular conversation. Then Egypt says something that I feel like is a disgrace on every single individual that fought for our rights as females to have a voice. This heifer says, I need him to direct me on what I need to say or something like that. I said, bitch, what? I almost flew into the screen. I felt like my spirit was going to jump in. And even though I feel sorry for her, I was either going to shake her or beat the hell out of her. Because what on earth? Do you think that it's okay for you to say something like that? You are a grown person at a certain stage, unless you can prove to us that there's something that you have that prohibits you from being able to properly use your critical thinking skill and deductive reasoning and determine and have a conversation with people, because you are here trying to check Troy, which makes me think that you're capable of communicating whatever it is you're feeling. For you to sit up here and say that Sam needs to direct you on what to say, Sam gives me pimpish vibes and Egypt gives me hoish vibes. She feels like maybe she needs him to control the way that she communicates and what topic she chooses to. And as it keeps going, Brianna's like, think for yourself. You can speak for yourself, girl. Why on earth are you letting this man tell you what to do? Then Sam can say something like, Egypt, your trapper. Egypt, your trapper. I'm like, what's trapper? I thought about it. I was like, is that Treach and Peppa together? Oh, he's like, yeah, Egypt the trapper. Like, I guess she has an alter ego personality that if she brings it out, it's a whole nother person that'll get in your face, cuss you out. And he's now basically giving her the go to let Trapper out. What does that mean? You let Trapper out on Brianna no punk. That means it's going to end up being a fight. And now it's not about you anymore. It's going to be about your girl, who you now tell to pick a fight at her own engagement party. Make it make sense. You want her to fight the day that it's supposed to be about her and you. And you're goading her on to pick a fight with somebody that you know will fight back, because you want to just squash this and cause a mess and make it Brianna's fault. So of course, Sam starts egging her on, and she's looking at him, probably thinking, are you trying to get me to fight? He gets up and he does this whistle, bird call type situation, like Trapper, and whistles like switch it up and start doing what I asked you to do. And he's walking away. And Brianna's like, did you just whistle at her? Now we know that Treach has a call that he created, right? but it wasn't what Sam created. And in this moment, when in the way it plays out, it's not like you're doing it as a joke. It's not like you're saying it because it's funny. You're now saying it as like a way to signal for her to do something. I have dogs. When I whistle, they know to move. So if you're talking to your fiance like that, you're basically trying to control what she decides to do and not even let her have this amicable conversation with Brianna, because Brianna kept saying, I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. So now Brianna starts yelling at Sam because he did something very disrespectful, because it was disrespectful. You're not going to talk to me like that. And then Treach and Pepper decide to act a fool even further. Treacher goes to Brianna, and this is a grown man who's significantly older than her, talking about respect your elders. Why are y'all yelling at her? She didn't do nothing. And Pepper comes in, gets in her face because Pepper moves when Treach moves. I don't know what it is about him, but to her, he is like the walking God for her. He moves and he's angry. She don't even know what the hell's going on. She gonna go in there, get into Brianna's face and start yelling. Then you got somebody else in the corner, I forgot her name, with a blonde wig trying to jump over to cause a fight. I said, Brianna, release all your demons and let everybody else know that you ain't no punk, because they're trying to attack you on as if you did something. Brianna didn't do anything wrong in this entire situation. Let's be real. She didn't do nothing wrong. Then, of course, in the corner, you got the gender reveal, which is what I told you. Samantha came out. Sam switched it to Samantha. Samantha started this drama. Samantha, his alter ego is now creating chaos and make it even more about him. Everything that happened in this engagement party, he was the puppet person that strung it along. Like the Joker, which is the character he tries to play. Everything that happens, every mess that occurs, he has some strings that he pulled. And when the mess happens, like the Joker, because that's the character he's claiming, the Joker smiles. So in the corner, he's sitting there with his just cheesing as this mess is happening. His girl, in the meantime, that he's trying to marry, is in the corner crying. He's nowhere to be found. He's walking around with this big ass grin on his face. Treach is screaming. Pepper's acting crazy. Brianna's now yelling, talking about get out of my face, yelling about the fight. They're moving Treach out. Egypt is still crying. They're flashing back and forth, and he is nowhere to be found to go and check on his girl, who is supposed to be about. And the entire time this is happening, Treach wasn't doing nothing but yelling at the wrong person. Pepper wasn't doing nothing but yelling at the wrong person. He has nothing to do with Egypt. They didn't give a damn about her. They were just trying to cause a scene because they're on TV. And Samantha keeps smiling. Then when everybody goes outside, you got Samantha walking away talking about you can't have the Joker in this type of atmosphere, just stupidity. He's walking, and the way he goes up to Egypt to talk to her, he exits the crowd, goes up to her, and he starts talking to her. I don't know if it's like a baby or some psychological a voice that triggers her. Maybe it's like that click. If I talk this way, I need you to do this. Like he hypnotized her, and when he talks a certain way, she knows to act a certain way, because he's talking to her like, baby, listen to me. We're gonna go. The truth has come out. And we're gonna go see Treach. Treach wants you, and I'm gonna take you to him. And when I take you to him, we're gonna go right now. We're gonna leave at this moment. Come with me, baby. We're gonna go. And the entire time that he's talking, I'm like, I had no words. Like, I had no words. I was like, I don't know what kind of equipment that Sam has. He has put some kind of voodoo on Egypt, because all these different personalities that I have seen in one person is too much for one person to handle. And I don't know if Egypt feels like she's trying to save him, or she's trying to be like him. Maybe she envies him. I don't know. There's something off about this type of interaction with the person you're supposed to be marrying, or your other half. He walks her over to Treach, and he's still giving commands. Treach, take her, I'm come with you. Treach, just take her home. And Treach is taking orders from Sam now. And he's taking Egypt, and they're going. And then Samantha doesn't want to, he still wants to engage in the drama. He doesn't leave with his girl, his fiance. He stays, and he's now talking to the crowd, making it about himself again. The truth came out. She got mad at me because I did the whistle that has been in her family for years. Why are you? This is an attention situation. He wants this to be about him, like I said, and this is what happened. So I felt so bad. I didn't even know if I should feel bad for Egypt, because I felt like she chose to be in this atmosphere. At this point, I think Brianna should just let it go. I really do. I think she should just let it go, because this is where she wants to be, and this is where she's going to stay. And the more people yell at her and tell her to leave him, the worse she's going to want to be with him. So just let her go. Peppa and Treach feel like they're supporting their daughter, but sometimes you support your daughter by yanking them from a situation they don't need to be in. It's one thing for Brianna to back off, but y'all look stupid as this boy keeps doing dumb shit even further. Like, it's so stupid. Then we got The next issue we had was with, what's her name? The wedding. Hold on, I made some notes. The wedding between JoJo and his girl. They're kind of at odds with each other. They got into a fight last episode, and she said that she didn't want the wedding to go through because JoJo keeps staying at the studio too long or doing whatever he's doing all night, and she's feeling like if we're supposed to be together, I need to make sure that I have you around when I need you. What happens if I get sick? What happens if the baby gets sick? What happens if, you know, he wants more kids, and she's like, why would I have more kids when you're not even there to help me? Like, you want me to just stay at home barefoot and pregnant while you out there all night? Like, that's crazy. So this wedding we're supposed to not go through, but we obviously know that the wedding did go through. Bow Wow, of course, is now at the wedding because he's, you know, he's a friend of the family. He has long history with them, with Angela. This is how I know that Romeo is pissed off, because y'all know that there's been this situation between Romeo and Bow Wow going after Angela and her being like the woman that they feel like they want to be with, you know, based on how she interacts and her family background and I guess her personal morals and beliefs. However, Angela enjoyed the chase from Romeo. But if she could go be with Bow Wow, in my heart and how I feel like Bow Wow is, he's the playboy. He's the one that thinks that he can get all these girls. He wants to, you know, he likes to play with all these females and sleep with them and have this make-believe relationship. And when it goes bad, he acts dumb and act like he didn't do nothing wrong. And it's their fault. He enjoys that playboy lifestyle, right? And Angela feels like if she's the one that can get, she's the one that he wants, and he feels like he can marry and really be with her, then maybe she'll be the one to fix him. Romeo, on the other hand, already got his shit together, right? He knows what he wants. He knows the type of person that he is. He's not taking a funk trying to be this guy who's out here being a hoe and sleeping with whatever. I'm sure Romeo can get beautiful girls because the man is handsome. He's not ugly. At the same time, he's not out here trying to put it out there like, yeah, I'm a player, da 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 da. Bow Wow has that vibe. And y'all know there's some people that like the bad boy types. And Angela, if Bow Wow turns around and turns a whole new leaf, they have great chemistry. You can tell. But I can also look at Romeo and Angela and think they have great chemistry too. But Romeo doesn't have that edge that Bow Wow has that makes him feel like maybe he can go out here and be a little thuggish if he has to. He can go and fight if he wants to. That little edge, that barbaric caveman type thinking that some people have, where like, ooh, you know, if he could just get down and dirty. Romeo has that, but he doesn't feel like he needs to put that in the forefront. If he needs to go out here and defend himself, I'm sure he will. But he doesn't do it to the extent that Angela wants. So I feel like Bow Wow coming in is not making this thing like, yeah, you know, I'm going to holler at her. You know, she's just stupid. I feel like, yeah, they have good chemistry. Maybe Angela's waiting for Bow Wow. I don't know, because she's a beautiful girl. She can date multiple people. She can go out there and find herself somebody, and she's had Romeo coming at her, but maybe she's waiting for one of them to make a move. Who knows? Romeo needs to just put his foot down, say, hey, if you want to be with me, be with me. If you don't, let's just be friends and cool, let's stay out of it. But it feels like he's kind of beating around the bush, because if he admits that he really wants her and she rejects him, he might feel some type of way on TV. Meanwhile, Bow Wow is making it clear that he does want her, but he doesn't want just her. He wants her and 1,000 other females, and she doesn't want to be with that kind of relationship. So which is it? Who do you want to make a move? Who? But the wedding goes forward. It's beautiful. Everybody's having fun. JoJo's dad did this, music that he had made in a while. He sang it, he rapped it, he presented it. Everybody was having fun. It was a lot of fun. And at the end, you got Bow Wow and Angela doing what they always do, flirting, talking, all that mess. The show ends, and we get a preview of what's going to happen the next season that's supposed to start, I think, in April or May. And of course, Treach may actually be seeing the light a little bit, because he asked the same question I asked. Where was Sam when Egypt was crying and going through all this mess? Where was he in the crowd? He was busy laughing. And maybe now he's going to try to figure out what's going on, because Treach is going to ask about it. And you got Egypt talking about, I don't want to have to explain myself about my man anymore. Girl, I don't think he's your man. I think you're his meal ticket. Once he gets, if he gets really famous, if he's able to even get to that point with his foolery, he's going to drop you and go with the next person that can get him even further. If he could be with Beyonce, girl, he would. So Egypt is out there talking about she can hang up on her mom if she wants to, because the way that Peppa moves is if Treach gives her an order. Which makes sense. The way that Egypt moves is if Sam gives her an order. Because Peppa is cool. But if Treach calls her and say, yo, I didn't see Sam out there trying to protect Egypt when all this mess was going on, Peppa is not going to go, yeah, you know what you mean? You're making sense. Egypt, I didn't see Sam, trying to protect you, so what is this? What's going on? She moves when he speaks. Egypt moves when Sam speaks. It's the same cycle going on. Then You got TT wanting to be proposed to, and Eric, who apparently wants TT even though he's married. I mean, it's just a mess, but I can't wait till that season comes up. It's supposed to be lit. Romeo gets angry because, of course, he's a good guy, feeling like, you know, they're going at him because he's not out here being stupid. Hopefully him and Angela mends things and they at least go amicably forward because they have years of history with each other, but who knows. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and notification bell. I'm going to do my next review, Marriage to Boot Camp, and yes, there's going to be a lot we're going to talk about on that one, too.